In the breath before time, before the first dawn kissed the void, there was only light. An endless, radiant ocean of pure existence, where every soul was a star, and every star sang in a chorus of perfect harmony. This was the age of innocence, a cosmic symphony conducted by the hand of the divine. In this celestial kingdom, one star shone brighter than all others, a beacon of unparalleled brilliance, named Lumil, the bearer of dawn. Lumil was magnificent, crafted from the very essence of creation's fire. His light was so potent, so dazzling, it could birth galaxies with a single thought. He danced among the nebulae, his wings of pure energy painting the cosmos with strokes of gold and silver. All of creation looked upon him with awe, and in his heart, a seed of awareness began to sprout. He was beautiful. He was powerful. He was singular. As eons drifted by like cosmic dust, that seed of awareness grew. Lumil began to compare his light to the gentler glow of his brethren. He saw their quiet beauty but mistook it for dimness. He heard their harmonious songs but perceived them as simple whispers next to his thunderous anthem. A subtle question, colder than the space between worlds, coiled in his mind. Why should I only reflect the source? My light is a sun, not a moon. This question was the first shadow, a crack in the perfect mirror of eternity. Pride was born not in an act of rebellion, but in a quiet, internal turning away from the whole. He began to believe his brilliance was his own creation, forgetting it was a gift from the one infinite source that fueled all existence. He gathered his light, pulling it inward, hoarding its glow until he became a searing, blinding sun, eclipsing the softer constellations around him. Some were drawn to his intensity, mesmerized by his power. They formed a court around him, their own lights dimming as they bathed in his borrowed glory. They forgot the warmth of the universal chorus, content with the echo of a single, deafening note. The cosmos, once a tapestry of interconnected lights, began to show a tear. The harmony faltered. The eternal song was interrupted by a discordant hum of self-admiration. The great source, the heart of all that is, felt this imbalance not as anger, but as a profound sadness. The sorrow a heart feels for a beloved child choosing exile. There was no grand battle, no clash of celestial swords. There was only a choice. Lumil, now believing his light to be the ultimate power, made his declaration not with words, but with an act of cosmic severance. He attempted to forge a kingdom of his own, a universe built upon the foundation of his singular ego. He would be the center, the source, the new God. In that moment he did not ascend, he fell. The fall was not a physical descent through space, but a spiritual implosion. The light he had hoarded, disconnected from its eternal wellspring, began to consume itself. Its pure, golden radiance curdled into a feverish, burning fire. His form, once ethereal and luminous, became twisted by the gravity of his own pride. He, the bearer of dawn, became the harbinger of his own endless night. The stars who followed him shared his fate, their light flickering into embers, their songs turning to silent screams in the cold, empty void they had created for themselves. He was no longer Lumil. He was an echo, a memory of light, a being defined not by what he was, but by what he had lost. He and his followers were cast into a realm of shadows, a kingdom built not of creation, but of absence. The first sin was not defiance, but the illusion of separation. It was the belief that a single wave could exist apart from the ocean. But light, true light, is never truly destroyed. It only changes form. The great source, in its infinite wisdom and love, did not abandon the fallen. It knew that within the deepest, darkest core of the shadow, a spark of the original flame remained, a memory, a potential, a tiny, indestructible seed of what once was. This ember of divinity, this ghost of light, was left as a path back home. This ancient story is not just a tale of gods and fallen angels written in the stars. It is the story of humanity. For within each of us lies a spark of that same divine light, a connection to the infinite source. And within each of us also lies the shadow of pride, the whisper that tells us we are separate, alone, and must hoard our own light to survive. We see this story play out in our own lives. When we are driven by ego, when we believe our successes are ours alone, when we compare our glow to others and feel jealousy or superiority, we are walking Lumil's path. We isolate ourselves, our inner light dims, and we feel a coldness that no worldly success can warm. We build kingdoms of our own making, only to find ourselves the lonely rulers of an empty room. But redemption is woven into the very fabric of our being. The path back is not one of grand battles or epic quests. It is a simple, quiet turning. It is the act of humility, of recognizing that our light is not our own, but a gift to be shared. It is the moment we choose compassion over judgment, connection over separation, and love over fear. Every act of kindness, every moment of forgiveness, every time we choose to uplift another rather than ourselves, we are fanning that divine ember within us. We are reconnecting to the great cosmic chorus. The fall was a turning inward. The rising is a turning outward. It is the realization that our light shines brightest, not when it is hoarded, but when it is given away freely, warming all those around us. Even the one who fell can rise again, for the light is never truly lost. It is patiently waiting within the shadow, ready to be rekindled. The memory of the divine song is encoded in our souls. All we must do is quiet the noise of our own pride and listen. Listen to the source of light that still burns, ever so brightly, within us all. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If this story resonated with you, subscribe to God Story Reborn for more stories of light and rebirth. Find your spark and let it shine.